Chicago Chop House opened in 1986. When we first opened, there was just a handful of steak restaurants, and our founder, Henry Norton, was told by many of his friends that he was crazy to open up a steakhouse. And within a few years of us opening up, many steakhouses started opening up.
In order to finish with something good, you have to start with something good. We buy the best meat that's available, but we cut it in the house. That way, before we cut it, we can see actually what the steak looks like, rather than getting something in the package that somebody else has cut. And we are well known through the United States for our prime beef and our large portions.
Customers will walk in and find incredible warmth from the employees and from the other customers. We have quite a few regulars that are here every night. They're hanging out at the piano bar. They're having fun with the piano player. So they will just find that not only do we have excellent steaks and a great wine list, but that we're a very professional, friendly restaurant.
Celeste, you say that the Chicago Chop House acts as the competition. Tell us why you chose it.
Well, I spent a lot of time in New York, and it really reminded me of the New York style restaurants. It's small, it's quaint, and the food is very good there.
What do you like to eat when you go to the Chop House?
Normally I have a steak when I go there, because that's what I like. I like steaks. They have great porterhouse, and they also have a very good prime rib. Theirs is just cooked perfectly.
And then you have some favorite side dishes?
Well, I like their mashed potatoes there. They run them through a strainer and everything when they make them. They're very good. Everything there is homemade.
Well, Marta, how was your experience at the Chop House?
Well, I'm from New York, and I would say it does not hold a candle up to a steakhouse in New York.
Okay.
First of all, I feel that the sides are not homemade. They're out of a box and a can at best. Okay?
They do
Only
not
canned
serve
gravy.
canned potatoes
The potatoes
or
are from
gravy
a
at the
box.
Chop House.
I didn't say
No,
those
they
are from a
don't.
can. The
They
cream
don't come out
spinach
of
is from a
box.
can.
They
It's
have
just like
nothing-
Mama used to
There's
do.
nothing second best at the Chop House.
In fact, I had the prime rib. It was charred. And I would say that at best it was an okay.
Did you order in cut, or did you ask for a rare, or what part did you ask for?
Well, I asked for medium, and it was their special, the charred prime rib. And I said medium, and it came medium rare. I just found it to be very grainy and a little hard to cut.
Well,
I just was underwhelmed at best with it.
well, I've been going there for years, and I've never had a bad steak there. And many of my friends go there, and many of my friends from New York go there as well. And I assure you that, to me, it's as good as any place I've been in New York.
I was actually somewhat pleasantly surprised, though, because that neighborhood is a neighborhood I typically avoid if I possibly can.
Right.
You have, a lot of tourist attractions are
Exactly. Well,
centered
Hard
there.
Rock's right across
Hard
the
Rock,
street.
Rainforest, and places you wouldn't
Right.
typically go being from Chicago.
Right.
And I've passed that restaurant a number of times for that reason.
Right.
But I was pleasantly surprised. I thought the steak was pretty close to the good steaks that I would have at Gibson's or Morton's or any other
Right.
steakhouses around
Exactly.
Chicago. The potatoes I thought were a little bit disappointing for a steakhouse.
A little
A
disappointing.
little. I had the potato pancake, which was
Okay.
allegedly a specialty of the
Allegedly, right,
restaurant.
right.
Paper pancake, I'd call it.
Yeah, it was a little mealy and didn't rival some of the other steakhouses, but I do disagree. I think the steak was actually very good. I had a filet mignon, which
Right.
I thought was as good as most of the other sort of steakhouses that you would
Right.
go to in the city.
The one thing I did like was the lobster tail.
I'm down for that.
Yeah,
Lobster
that's
tail.
an
I love
incredible
lobster.
meal. And I also thought the atmosphere was better than I expected. There were no gimmicks, and there was none of the
That's when
cheesiness
it's-
that you'd expect in a place that is geared towards tourists. It was the
Right.
classic old Chicago look with the old photographs and the
Thin
dark wood
ceiling.
paneling, and
They
yeah.
have 1,400 photographs on
Right,
the walls.
right. They have,
And they have
like-
all the Chicago mayors.
All the
Yeah.
Chicago mayors, right? And they have the movie stars, and it's just
The
Henry.
atmosphere is great.
Henry Norton, that was the founder of that restaurant. Henry really liked those things, and Henry and I were really good friends. And I've been going there since it opened, actually. And I thought it's like the best place for me. I mean, it has a old boy type atmosphere. And in the evening they have a live piano, and it's just a lot of fun.
In these dreams I've loved you so.
You could, a lot of times you can just pop in there by yourself. There'll always be somebody there you know. You never have to eat alone if you go there.
I was actually a little surprised also. I expected to see big groups of tourists there that
Right.
clearly were from out of town with cameras and other, things like that. And I thought there were a lot of locals there.
That's
it felt like more of a local restaurant
That's exactly
than I
right.
expected,
That's exactly right.
which I really liked.
If you want to look at it for what it is, a Chicago steakhouse, the atmosphere is certainly giving you that with the pictures and all that.
Les, you called it an old boys club feel. What is it about steakhouses that men just sort of gravitate towards? It's not exactly known as like a feminine hangout. So
That's correct. Well, because men go to a steakhouse to eat steak.
And
They
drink
don't go
scotch.
there that's correct. And they don't order. The men don't go there to order salads. They go there to order a steak, and they go there to order a steak and drink.
I mean,
So you think it doesn't matter then if the sides are not up to snuff in a steakhouse?
Well, I thought they were. I feel that they are good. I don't do anything I don't like to do. And if I thought the food was bad in any way, I would tell Susan, certainly Susan, the potatoes are dry or mealy or grainy or whatever the problem is, because I don't have a problem speaking up. I think the food is good there, and that's why I go there.
You know what portion I thought was actually surprisingly small, though, and it wasn't a huge deal, but the dessert. We had the chocolate cake, which is their specialty.
Good. That actually was good.
It was a very good piece of cake, but I was expecting a cake as big as my head. And it was actually, we finished it, and I've never finished a dessert at a steakhouse before.
Why do we expect things to be bigger than our head at a steakhouse?
Well, maybe because you're not going to a steakhouse for your health.
That's right.
You want to take the doggy bag home.
Yeah, you're going there to eat and eat a lot of food. You don't care about the health aspects. So once you're going for it, you may as well stuff yourself and feel sick for a day afterwards, but enjoy yourself at dinner.
If I order ice cream, I want all the cream and butter and eggs in it that can possibly be put in it.
I don't want sauce off of it.
Exactly
you just put it
right.
Extra whipped cream, please.
Yeah, extra sour cream on everything.
If they have butter, I want it laced with butter.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, Les, this was your selection. Give us your summary.
I'd say Chop House, great place, great location, good food, joyous atmosphere, good service.
Darren?
I enjoyed it. Definitely worth a try. There's other steakhouses that are probably about as good, but worth a shot.
Marta?
Sorry to say, it's consistently okay to a yuck for me. I would say if you're starving and you want to try the 64-ounce steak, head over there and look at the pictures.
All right.
Well, you can fill yourself up at Chicago Chop House, 60 West Ontario Street, 312-787-7100. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday, and dinner only Saturday and Sunday. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $55.